Hey y'all, SoulFox here. So today we're doing our very own esports match here inside of Rec Room. We're going to be playing on this map called Crisis Legends. Now this room itself is inside of the High Seas contest, the contest that's going on for Rec Room right now. So y'all go check it out, leave it a like, leave it a favorite, let me know what you think of it. Honestly, I've had a great time with it. It's like this Atlantean Overwatch map. Like it is fantastic. Now the whole basis of this video is that myself as a team leader is going up against Yoshiro as a team leader. We have members from the SoulGuard Discord. They're on our team. We have classes, we have abilities. We're all doing these different things, trying to, succeed in this match, trying to beat the other team. Now for this video, we actually partnered up with V-Respawn. We have two commentators from their company. We have Stealth Shampoo and Poonanners, and these guys are actually commentating over the whole entire match. They're going to give you the play-by-play. They're going to let you know what's up, what's down, what's left, and what's right. What is happening. You guys will see what I'm seeing, but you also see what they see. So to the people at V-Respawn, I appreciate y'all very much. I hope we can do more partnerships in the future. Y'all make sure to check out their Twitter, YouTube, Instagram. Go show them some love because they did a lot for us in this video. Now without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the press conference, the weigh-in. Team versus team. Let's just get it on.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, at the Atlantic Mace Invitational 2020. Woo! I'm your host, Niggy from Stealth Shampoo. We're here with Poonanners. Isn't that right, Poonanners?
That's right! Poonanners, your Texas caster and hype master!
I don't say where I'm from every other sentence.
Hey, when you're from Texas, you got to be proud of it, right, Stealth? Well, what we've got for us today? Like, what's the, how's this working out?
This is the 5v5 or 6v6. Look, I failed basic math. I'm not actually sure. It's quite a few people versus a bunch of people invitational. We're going to have them go head-to-head on a payload map coming out of the water trying to save the Atlantic Bakery.
Ooh, the Atlantic Bakery. That's where they make those really like blue cupcakes, the ones with like the little salt on the top. They're just so they're so moist. How do they make that happen? Exactly. I don't know, man. It's good stuff.
They're going to make it happen by moving the payload into the bakery teleporter. The payload is full of wheat and bread, which you need to make bigger bread.
Ah, yes. And yeast.
Yeast is important, although I'm not a baker. That's why I'm sitting here today.
That's right. And the two teams competing are led by two captains of Rec Room Industry. So we're going to get right into it and introduce these teams. Let's do everybody a little bit favor, and I'll switch cameras here using the fancy tools provided to me by these guys, and let's lower this fancy desk. Ooh.
Oh, God. Oh,
God, indeed. All right. Well, I've got the list of the players here, so let's get right into it. The captain of Team 1, that would be SoulFox, who put this whole thing together. Is good with melee, very sneaky, strong with friendship, and has this friendly rivalry with his best friend in VR. The captain of the other team, Yoshiro! Fox's best VR buddy, skilled with melee and the bow. Most likely get asked the question by random players, where is SoulFox? Back on SoulFox's team, we have Momo. She's maniacal, yet sweet, the wild card of this event in my eyes. And everyone knows she's always packing heat. Fully loaded MAC-10s every time. And back on Yoshiro's team, we've got Jay, the Widowmaker in VR, dubbed so by Stealth. Why is Jay called the Widowmaker?
It has something to do with spiders. I believe a Widowmaker is a kind of spider that makes webs and eats other things.
That makes sense to me, and I think that it is 100% true. Moving on to SoulFox's team, we have Dan the Man. There's a strong love for Call of Duty. There's a solid guy all around. Stealth, you're a fan of the Call of Duty series. Are you familiar with Dan the Man?
I am very familiar with Dan the Man. I actually was playing a game with him on High Rise back in 2010 where he jumped off of the crane and 360 no-scoped me from across the map. It was pretty ridiculous.
It's a classic move. We've all seen the GIF. Highest marks on the front page of Reddit. Well done, Dan the Man. But now it is a different game. You must make sure those cupcakes get made. Moving on to Yoshiro's team, we've got Luke Fox, the second Fox to come out. He's a slippery target for sure. Skilled in laser tag and paintball. To early featured games in the world of Rec Room. Moving back to SoulFox's team, we've got Zentro, a teamwork-oriented guy, has a strong determination to win, and as a matter of fact, he's such a skilled winner that he is actually the reason we're doing cupcakes here, because he makes a cupcake for the people that he beats. Every time they all get cupcakes.
Plenty of wheat and yeast to make those cupcakes when he delivers it to the Atlantic Bakery.
Yes, yes, yes. So that's why we're having at the Atlantic Bakery, as you all know, surrounded by the ocean waters. There's always a reason to be salty. Moving on to Benical on Yoshiro's team. He's highly skilled with technology and most likely to be goofing around, but he will occasionally get the job done, and hopefully he gets it done tonight. Moving on to our last players from each team. On SoulFox's team, we have Pretty Princess. It's a team player, newest member of the guards group, and as we've been saying before, heir to the gaming dynasty that brought us Pretty Princess. One of my favorite games. I could never get the diamond ring at the end. My niece was always much better at me at that game. Stealth, you're a big fan of that game, right?
Yeah, the water temple section of that game, complete pain to play through. I really wish if they removed that part from the game, it'd be a 10 out of 10.
Indeed. No one likes the water temple in any game, if you think about it. Well, moving on to our last player and our last fox of the evening, Blaze the Fox. He's a chaotic, wild, and not afraid to pull some wild tricks. Let's hear it for our teams. Stealth, what are your calls on this? How do you think this is going to work out between these guys? What did you see, like intimidation? Do you get like a weight? How strong do you think these guys are?
See, here's the thing. None of these guys decided to bring 6 people. They all decided to bring 5, so the numbers game is going to be in no one's favor here. My personal strategy would have just been to bring way more people, but it looks like neither side decided to do that.
That is true. The team that has more people usually does win. I'm watching SoulFox and Yoshiro kind of size each other up, a little bit of posturing. It's really hard to tell who's more dangerous here, but I think SoulFox is the one carrying that posture, sort of taunting his buddy Yoshiro. He's even going to take pictures of it. He's like, I'm going to take a picture of you losing and then throw it in your face.
Now, here's the thing. Both of them wear glasses, and should either of them lose those glasses, we don't have any contacts available for those players, so they're going to be playing pretty much blind.
Going to have ourselves a Scooby-Doo moment. Make sure you got those Scoobies next to help you find those glasses when you get a chance. Well, I believe that is all we need for introductions. Let's get ready to watch the match.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go to the Atlantic Mace Invitational 2020. We're here with the red and blue team fighting it out for a huge pot of 20,000 space dollars.
Spectator, okay.
All right, the cart is on the move for the red team. They're ready to rock and roll as the Atlantean Mace is ready to get through the spawn point, and the blue team is coming in hard and strong. They've already got a sentry gun set up. Everybody is ready to rock. The snipers are taking fire.
That sentry gun placement is real sneaky. They're not going to be seeing that as they go around the corner up the first initial ramp. The bakery goods coming out of the water.
Oh, look at this huge mistake.
Blue team can hold off.
Red team pushed in deep, and while they were pushing in deep, they didn't realize that blue team was pushing the cart back. But SoulFoxGaming has actually realized what is happening as he goes to fight this, what do they call it, mechanic? What's the name of the engineer? The engineer. Fighting the engineer. SoulFoxGaming trying to stay alive. Hopefully the hunter will keep him alive. You got a medic class and a hunter class that can give you shields. So SoulFox, if he has the support he needs, can take all the damage. But down he goes, not quite getting that support he needs as they push away the engineer. His gun is just sitting right on top of the payload.
Pinnacle, on your right.
It looks like you can't attach the turret directly to the payload. Well, maybe you can. Right now, it's just attached in the air next to it, which is going to make it really hard for the red team to do anything.
Try to zoom out a little bit more so we can get a lay of the land to see everybody on the field. Red team trying their best to get control of the cart. Only one remains alive, and down he goes. They have control over the spawn. Now, this is not good news for the red team. What is something you think they could do, Stealth, in order to get out of this sticky situation?
They probably need to push the payload. It looks like blue team has a lot of high ground also, so if they could use their engineer or their jump pads to launch across the map,
that's what they're
doing
on
the high ground and then have someone push. That's actually, it's like they're listening to me.
SoulFox, get on the cart, SoulFox. You're running out of time. Oh, no one is there to support SoulFox as he's taking shotgun blast from this Engie.
1v1 engineer versus sword in close quarters.
I don't know, shotgun versus sword, I would give that to shotgun every time. And that's why SoulFox has retreated to try to get back to his support group, who are now rushing the cart and trying to get people in. You know what they need to do? They need to be putting their own jump pads on the cart.
They use their own jump pads to initiate the fight also to get there a little faster rather than walking up every time. They got 15 seconds to make it to this first checkpoint.
They're not going to make it. There's no way.
Overtime
10 seconds remaining.
Overtime does not exist. Straight up, full stop. Like, you're on the payload, but the
The
time
only
runs
thing
out,
that
it's
matters
over.
is
We don't
being on the
blame it
cart,
over.
and they're not going to have the time they need
It's gonna be
because
so close.
they didn't concentrate on the cart, man.
Yes.
Yeah,
Everyone
I forgot
knows-
about it for a little
Everyone
bit.
knows in payload that the only thing that matters is the cart. If you're not on the cart, you are not going to win. Hey, Stealth, come up here with me. We're going to have ourselves a conversation about what we just saw.
That's what happens sometimes.
I can fly.
You can fly, ladies and
You
gentlemen.
gotta read.
Oh, wait, no, we're getting a new game.
Starts at 5 seconds.
Doesn't matter. So
All
we're
right,
gonna talk
super
about-
quick analysis.
on.
Red team needs to do better. Blue team is good.
Oh, your comedic timing is brilliant, Stealth.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here for round 2. Hopefully this isn't that much of a shutout, as we now have the teams swap. The successful blue team from last round is now on the
somebody
red
launched.
side trying to push the cart.
Oh, my bad.
It's all right. The cart is coming in hot. Already, both teams
don't
have
know.
switched side,
I don't
as
know
you
what you're
called.
talking about.
Out
Okay,
there trying to put themselves
everybody, time to
in, and
push.
they're not getting pinned in like the other team did last time. I'm not sure what they're
They
setting
have
up
already
for.
made it.
We've already got a freeze. The
To the top
freeze.
of the ramp.
Apparently, the freezy grenade doesn't work if you use a grappling hook. So, interesting move there in order to remember that one. I don't know if that's by design, but definitely worked out for him in this case.
The
Shotgun
cart is
wielding
already
soul.
now.
Now, if you remember,
The other team took 2 minutes to get the cart this far.
Please.
now there is one class that's unique between the two.
Oh no!
Oh, they were doing so good.
The blue sniper just flung himself off the map and killed himself, I think. He just
Well,
grappled
you know,
way too hard.
it's an interesting strategy. We'll have to see if it pays off. Right now, the blue team is maintaining control over the cart, trying to push it back. For whatever reason, decided to put a jump pad, Soul did, and interrupted Zentro's attack, but doesn't matter. There's a grenade on the ground that decided not to explode. It has now been picked up by Zentro. Zentro's looking for a target, and he just gets blown up and drops it in the ground. This is one of my favorite things about VR, is that you get shot while you're holding a grenade, so it lands on the ground and gets other people. The red team has
As soon
control.
as This
And
payload
that is-
makes it. They've pretty much won.
Game over.
And they've already made it farther than the current blue team did last round. We'll see how far they can make it, though, if anyone can even make it to the end teleporter.
Yeah, this extra distance is all for the lulls at this point. They've already passed the sword checkpoint, moving the mace further down the track so that they can make those glorious Atlantean cupcakes.
Fox is behind us.
And we're almost already
overwhelmed by
to
a
the start of
soldier.
the bridge, which is the next checkpoint.
Medic coming
The
in
second
strong.
bridge, the longer bridge.
The medic doing the shield gun technique, the one that we've all known about, trying to keep his players alive. Yoshiro. Yoshiro's medic is down, so Yoshiro's got to just focus on pushing the cart for a little bit of time that he has left until he gets gunned down by this sniper or this sentry gun that is around the corner. Oh, the sentry gun taken
Red Melee
down.
taking the sentry out.
Yes, the other fox putting it down. We got two foxes and Yoshiro on the cart. I think this will be everything they need to keep pushing. Yoshiro needs some health, and he needs some right now. Where's his medic? His medic was not able to save his life. Matter of fact, he was killed by the
They might
hunter. He's now
actually
keeping
even
him
be able to
shielded.
dive.
Yes,
They dive
yes.
past the blue team just to move the cart. And
Oh,
they did it.
Blaze
158
barely making it
seconds.
happen. Amazing work from Blaze here. Blue team does not have control of the cart. They don't realize it's still moving unless they touch it. Focus on the cart. They're going to do it. SoulFox is actually trying to get healed up by his medic. His medic's doing his best to keep him alive. He did not pick up enough health. He needs health and shield. This is why you need that hunter and medic combo. Oh, coming around the backside.
Oh, nice
Luke
play.
Fox murdering everybody. He has no shield. He has no health. The soldier is going to put him down. The freeze didn't actually end up working, strangely enough. I don't know if the freeze is working at all.
This turret here is in a really peculiar spot. It's got high ground if you get immediately on the turret so it can shoot down at people. It's got a lot of line of sight if you're fighting in the little forest area. But are we finally going to see some gameplay on the bridge? This is one of the two major choke points on the
Sniper
map.
rifle versus bow and arrow. Sniper rifle wins, apparently, as Blaze goes down, cuts right through his shield with a headshot. Nice work coming in from the blue team as they try to maintain some control over this cart, because these are for the lulls. They know they've lost, but the match is not over. He's going to put himself a jump pad right on the cart. I think the idea here is that the fan will blow the cart back faster.
That's how physics work, but I think the fan only works on actual human people.
Well, you would think, but this is Rec Room, and in Rec Room, anything can happen.
especially walking on water. This light colored
Blaze
water
is getting
that you guys see here
crushed.
can be walked on.
Blaze, arrow versus arrow, but Blaze goes down. Launchpad actually kicking Momo down the field. Momo cannot get close to Blaze as they go for another bow off.
Jay up top, watch yourself, Jay.
Momo actually taking the bow off. Luke coming in with the melee attacks. He's going to wreck everybody. Can they get him? They put him down before he can get somebody. Oh, someone takes a dive into the water, but out he comes. Nice play. SoulFox needs some help. He doesn't realize he's running on empty as he runs back to his medic trying to help himself out. He's still running on dead empty. SoulFox needs some help. Momo will probably try to put some shields on him and try to keep him alive.
Medical.
Blue's engineer is doing an insane job here. They have a fan on the mid-bridge so they can't get around it, and a turret right at the start of the bridge. This is really going to burn the timer down. 3.5 minutes left of them.
Luke is back. Luke is back with the sword. This time he's actually doing some damage. He's got that AoE effect he can throw down too. But Luke eats dirt. Why the cart moves just a little bit of ways. I don't think they're going to make it to the end place. I don't think any of us are going to get cupcakes from Atlantis this time around.
Absolutely not. Not at this rate. With the placement of these turrets, with the amount of pressure that the blue team sniper is putting on, I'm not sure how they can get past this bridge without a hard flank and a strong push. Ooh, it looks like we got someone going around. The blue team sniper might be in trouble as he gets shot in the side of the head for over half damage.
Yes, but the medic is right there to bring him back to life, but it did not work as he catches some arrows into the back.
Here's the flank! This could be the flank that changes the game!
I wonder if the bow and arrow guy realizes he could shield Luke Fox by hitting him, and it does award shield to your own teammates. It's kind of like a half medic over here. Oh, bow and arrow versus bow and arrow, but Momo goes down. Blaze actually running to the end. Blaze doing everything he can. Every kill he gets gives him shield. He can take himself by maintaining depth as they go to round this final corner.
That flank there to displace the sniper by the red team was the play. That's going to get the next checkpoint.
Diving sniper attack.
Hardest push of the game.
You see that diving sniper attack from Pretty Princess. Pretty Princess takes a dive, but holy...
Let's go.
It was a very good move as the soldier tries to come in with the freeze grenade as they rush down the ramp.
This ramp right here is really hard to get around this corner because once you do, you're giving your back to the blue team's spawn. So they can just shoot you right in the back, and they get to regroup super fast as their spawn is really close. Moving it back to the top of the ramp right here. Blue team going to be able to take some high positions up on the rooftops. Looks like they changed the rooftop that you're floating in front of right now, Curator. I thought you was blue before, and you were able to really head glitch around it. Looks like they made it a little less accessible.
Well, you know, whatever it takes in order to make the game a little bit more balanced. As you see the sniper's got that grappling hook, allows him to get onto the roof. So you want to make sure that enough of them are exposed so that people can actually shoot them off the roof. Man, it is a bow and arrow battle again between Blaze and Momo. Momo actually looks like she has the advantage here. She might actually take him down, and down he goes. SoulFox, Momo, Dan the Man, Zentro, Pretty Princess, all on the cart, but the cart is stuck because we're at a checkpoint. It can't go any further back than that. Luke's coming in like a madman. Luke eats dirt pretty fast, but it did scatter them.
You can kind of glitch your way into some of these rooftops. If you kind of hide in the sides, you can really take your opponents by surprise, especially because the payload is right next to it.
So standing on the roof, spectating the battle. I feel like we're playing a little bit of Naruto styles here as we sit on these roofs, just watching what's going on. Got to practice our Naruto running stealth.
I can fly. There's absolutely no need for that.
He has the power of the Nine Tails keeping him alive. As red team tries to get control of the cart, and they got it moving a little bit more. Luke actually doing a good job fighting that soldier. The grenade is giving him no trouble. I don't think that grenade really freezes as well as people think it does.
Anything that freezes, I was told, was a two-shot freeze. So the first one slows, the second one freezes. I guess you gotta hit them real direct.
Ah, yes. It's going to be one of those ones that you have to really think about. It's a thinking man's weapon.
Is really making
exactly. Unlike that sword, which you can just go in and clean up this ramp. There's a lot of close quarters.
That's my kind of weapon.
A lot of cover. There's not a place to run.
I love overpowered melee combat. That is my jam since like 2003. I want to say. So coming,
no
15 years.
The red sniper. Look at that, going up high. and sniping from the air.
360 no scope. That must be your Call of Duty player, right?
Exactly. We've actually moved on from 360 no scopes to 360 YY ladder stall
Oh yeah.
scopes.
That's
we've
right.
Really advanced.
Always evolving,
2009.
right? He's using the jump
You know
pad.
it's not evolving. Just payload.
I feel like Blaze is using the jump pad to his advantage to get the air that he needs. We already saw that the favored move of the hunter with the bow and arrow is to jump and shoot to make them a hard target. So hitting the enemy's jump pad actually gains him the advantage he needs. He's got a shield for every time he kills somebody, so he just got to keep firing at people, keep the shield alive, and stay in the air.
Y'all ready?
Nancy, this is the hard thing. Just getting the payload around the corner. Then when you get it around the corner, the enemies will be spawning behind you. But it's kind of just a free push to the teleporter if you can keep them at that choke point. They can't contest it as you just move the payload while you're under fire.
Well,
They
they've
gotta
got
get
like a
down to the
minute
ramp
left,
first.
so I don't know. What are your bets on this? And do you think they're actually going to end up getting control? They were doing so well at the beginning, but I'm starting to feel like as this is VR, they have to swing physically. They might be starting to feel a little bit of exhaustion.
See, the red team is already up 1-0 in the series, and being up 1-0, and they've already made it past the current blue team's checkpoint. They're looking to really close out this series with 2 wins to back. So regardless of whether or not they make it all the way, I mean, it's really just for the honor at this point.
Well, we'll have to see if it pays off. They are pushing really hard. They have, I mean, you know, blue team is putting up one hell of a fight here against red team. Red team, as you know, has already got the win for the round. With 30 seconds left, I just don't see them making this next checkpoint. I don't see them making it around this corner or down this ramp.
The blue team just spawns so quickly, they can spawn in and just get to the payload right away, whereas the red team has a really long trek from the Atlantic Ocean spawn that you guys saw at the beginning of the match. And so that's going to burn down a lot of their time. I don't think it's physically possible to move the payload at Mach 10 towards the exit at this point. So that's going to be 3 checkpoints for the red team, which is much more than the blue team got last round.
Yes, definitely 3 is greater than 0. Or did they get 1? I don't remember. But in either case, Stealth, that was an incredibly good match. I would love to see another one if these guys can actually stab it.
Blaze, my man. You're slippery.
All right, switch costumes.
For those of you just tuning in, it's Sunday in the Rec Room. All right, looks like we're getting ready to rock and roll.
Listen to Jay.
All right, here we go.
Doesn't freeze when you.
It's a best 3 out of 5, and we're going to the final match, the red team versus the blue team in the payload showdown for 20.
Keep our night protected.
All right, they're starting to their attack as they rise out of the red spawn point. Uncontested this time. That's actually going to be good for them. Absolutely no back chatter from the blue team. Blue team even spawn? Where are they? There they are. They're just slowly working their way forward, holding on to the jump pad.
First checkpoint for free. This is unfair.
Well, the more people that are on the cart,
the
more people on the cart, the faster it goes. That is why the best move is to put everyone on the cart if you can, and only have one guy to distract the other team.
That's gaming 101 right there. They had 3. They're almost halfway to the next checkpoint.
Oh, they need their medic to do his job. They need the hunter. Momo needs to put shields on his teammates to keep them alive. As Bedicle is actually behind them, cutting them down one by one. They need to bring them back alive if they're going to get this second checkpoint for free.
Well, apologies to anyone who wanted to see gameplay of the first half of this map, because that's not happening. As, we're getting right back to the bridge.
Yes, all apologies indeed. As checkpoint number 2 coming right up, and boom, it is done. As too little too late, they get a little bit of back chatter from the engineer of the other team who shotguns them into the ground. Luke Fox, Ushiro, Blaze the Fox, all on the cart, determined to make sure that they don't get beyond this second checkpoint.
Pooners with 7 minutes on the board. I'd be surprised if these big goods aren't delivered directly to the Atlantic teleporter.
Well, we're starting to see red trickle in one at a time, and that is going to kill them. They need to wait for everybody at the spawn and come in as a unified unit, or send out one guy to come around the backside to distract, and all 4 people rush the cart. If they do this trickling in one person at a time, they're going to have a lot of trouble on this cart.
Dan, watch for Jay sitting around the side of the map, hanging on the wall. Keep it.
All right, Dan the man.
Finally got the goods on the bridge.
Yes, they are. They're holding on the bridge as best they can. It is an open target. This is why Dan the man already goes down. He was running out of health. No medics there to save his life. He could have picked up from Soul a shield from that bow and arrow, but it did not happen. You have the soldier arrow grenading himself. I'm sure that's an interesting tactic that works out sometimes. It looks like blue team has taken over control of the bridge. I'm not entirely sure how the cart started moving there for a second. SoulFox holding onto it as best he can. You know, SoulFox, with that hunter, every time he gets a kill, he gets some shield. So all he's got to do is lay into the engineer, but that engineer is going to kill him with that shotgun. Everyone knows when you're dealing with a shotgun, if you have a long-range weapon, just stay back. Don't get close.
Reset.
Oh, Pretty Princess sneaking in from the water.
These rooftops, stay away.
Pretty Princess sneaking in from the water to give them a little bit more time on that cart, but man, that sentry gun and jump pad combo is making it very difficult for them to get much further.
Wait, Beneco, get back.
Yeah, the blue team can use the jump pad to launch themselves behind enemy lines, and it pushes the enemies back, so they have to carefully go around the jump pad, or they'll get sent back to the beginning of the bridge and waste their time.
All right, I'm going to back out to a much wider shot here so we can see what's actually happening. As he said, it looks like the red team is actually starting to trickle in. Oh, he does his AoE! That's right, that sword player can do an AoE that will push all the enemies back. It's giving him a little bit of power and charge, but he did it by himself with little to no backup. And this is what you want to do in the case of payload, especially when you're down towards the last checkpoint. You need everyone to hold back. You need to send in one guy to feint from the back to turn everyone around, and then everyone else to rush the cart. This is basic knowledge that we've known since original Team Fortress in Quake. So I'm surprised we're not seeing it exploited here as a grappling hook flings the sniper from behind enemy lines. Pretty Princess looking for a place to go as he distracts two people away from the cart. That would have been the opportunity. Use your sniper to swing behind enemy lines, rush the cart with the rest of your team, and get it rocking and rolling, and they're just not doing it. They're getting a little people on it, but it's all scatterbrained.
I really like what Barnick was doing earlier to put pressure on the red team. He put pressure on their sniper by using the jump pad to shoot bows and arrows at him. Mostly arrows. You can't shoot the bow, otherwise you have nothing else to shoot afterwards.
That is true. I mean, you can throw it at him, but definitely not shoot it.
He's doing it again.
I would love to see a player actually, like, you know, have like a bow where they're shooting bow. We're going to make that VR game. All the weapons don't make any sense.
Look at Barnacle, he's doing it again. He got shot out of the air this time, but he uses his jump pad to stay mobile and poke at the other team's long-range attackers.
Oh, look at this battle. They really dialed it up on the cart, but man, they got to get the push on the cart. Everyone needs to be on it. The cart is basically cover, so if you use the cart as cover, it's going to be beneficial to you, so get on the cart and keep it pushing and get past that bridge, which they've done. But now they've got three people on the cart. All three people should get on the cart and get it rocking and rolling. This last guy with the arrows, not too much of a threat if you stay on top of it. Oh, man, I said he wasn't much of a threat, but he just got a triple kill. I believe we have a call out for that somewhere. Do you remember how it goes?
Okay, we have to
Kill.
It's really close to the checkpoint.
That was insane. It was inches away from the checkpoint, and their archer managed to save it out right there. That's huge.
What a save!
No, but we have to push it. The checkpoint is right there.
That's right. You've got to continue to push it back. It only moves if you are on it. That is the way the carts work. Everyone has to get on it. The more people on it, the faster it moves. Red team needs to collect themselves. They can get a sniper to come around from the backside and get on this cart. Zentro is actually starting to push the cart. He will not last long. Doesn't even come in with shields. The hunter could have at least charged him up with some shield. I'm not even sure if red team is running a hunter at this point. Dan the man taking a dive.
To push this payload.
They're doing the trickle, man. They're doing the trickle. They're not attacking as a wave.
It's a long hike. It's a long hike back if you're on the red team. So they need to have a successful team fight to finish off this checkpoint. Otherwise, they're moving this payload back. It takes them way too long to get over here.
They need to get ready right around this corner. 4 players. They need Princess to grapple and hook behind so everyone turns around, and then they all rush the cart at the same time. 4 people on the cart pushing it, using that hunter and the medic to tank everybody to keep them alive, and using the AoE effect from the melee player. They could push everyone back. They wouldn't have to worry about killing anybody. They'd be able to touch that checkpoint and get what they needed. They're down to 2 minutes now. They're burning a lot of time while not executing an effective strategy.
That's right, Hoonanners. Blue team is doing an incredible job holding him off right here. As the payload moving back even further. It's probably going to get to mid-bridge by the time red team
the bridge
way back.
And the bridge was so hard for them to take earlier, so this is definitely going to be the end of their points. I'm surprised blue team is not sitting on top of the cart to push it to the other end of the bridge, though.
Stay back.
It has a nice line of sight if you hang up on
Red
the
team
roof.
is pushing in, but they're not touching the cart. Red team are focusing on players, not the cart. The cart is the only objective that matters.
Every single red team member also just pushed down ramp right there. No one went across the bridge or went for a flank. These frontal assaults aren't going to be the easy
Momo going with the sword from behind. Momo, come on, he's down. Get on the cart, take out the sniper, do something. I believed in Momo. I want to believe in the power of Momo there for a minute, but it did not work out.
A great flank, just
Princess has got the cart, but getting blown around. Stay away from that jump pad, Princess. Come on. Show us the power that you have inside. We believe in the heart of the cards, right, Stell Shampoo?
Oh, yeah. The red team, though, respawning. I know their melee player's not ready to come engage yet, though. 16 seconds left. They got to get around this corner. So they're going to be trickling in because they have a couple people joining the fight right now as their teammates die. Oh, keep an eye on that melee player on the red team because they're coming in hot now.
I'm not entirely sure if Momo's going to work out for him. You know that the only thing that is important is getting on the cart with 40 seconds left. You don't need to concentrate on players. You use the cart as protection. You use it as a mobile coverage so that you can keep pushing it to the end. And like I said, if they swapped a sniper from behind, turned around a bunch of the blue players, put every other red player on the cart, they can move it so fast. You can see its speed multiplies with the number of players that are on it with zero limit, it seems.
So you saw Blue's medic is actually doing a great job of staying alive, which means even though they're really scratched up, they can heal up instead of having to hike back themselves. So they've always got their entire team to propel off the red team assault.
5.
Oh man, there's not enough time. Oh, now you focus on the cart. No. It's too late to focus on the cart now.
Wow, they actually held him off for 7 minutes there. What a horrible choke.
Brutal shot. Indeed. Well, you knew that was a good choke there, Stell Shampoo. We had talked about that before, how that choke point's very hard to get past. They almost made it past, but they just forgot the golden rule when you're playing payload, right? And that is everybody attack together, distract the other team, rush the cart with force.
Okay.
Shake on it.
Was that a tie?
No, they won 2-1.
All right,
Why
guys,
did Momo block me now?
Thanks so much for coming by and making this YouTube video. Everyone who was involved. Definitely a huge thanks to Respawn for lending their awesome talent.
What happened?
Appreciate it, guys.
Commentating me is
we're good.
Got blocked.
Obviously,
By
there's
Momo?
some balancing issues we would like to address.
I think Momo blocked all of us for winning.
We only had 2 weeks to make this thing, so not everything's going to be perfectly balanced. The last couple choke points are pretty brutal for the red team. We're going to do some things to make that a little easier for you guys. But yeah, thanks so much for playing. Keep checking back. We'll be adding things. We'll be adjusting the classes, making everything more fun to play. We'll get this YouTube video going on. And yeah.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Take out classes and add new ones.
Sounds good.
Maybe.
Everybody who actually everybody that came in, thank y'all very much.